Midline in development. It really can cause issues quite quickly in development.
In this video, you're going to learn the importance of midline crossing in the first year of life. From tummy time to standing, you're going to learn the midline crossings that are crucial for your baby's optimal development. Welcome to Movement Lesson. Find our links in the description below.
This is why we really endorse time-dictated development. We're not here to say what's wrong with your child. We're here to say what you're going to do to help your child. This wait and see does not happen with movement lesson. But you have to understand development to go into it. There's no way you have a crawl if you have a rollover. Don't have a rollover. Because when you don't have a rollover at easily 6 months, I'd say probably even 4 months, you've got a midline issue. And I want to show you how it comes in. So the first one is your tummy time. Your tummy time is the easiest way to show midline because your baby should be just here floating. The pelvis goes down. That's what slips the neck. You should not see this. If you see this, right, if your baby's actually trying to plank and lift, midline issues. We've got midline issues here. We have midline issues here. When your child can go up through the pelvis, and then they can go through midline very easily. They go down, they sleep with supervision, they came up and they play and they go down. This is what look at that, it's weight transfer, it's a pre-crawl. This is not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you coming to sitting. It's not going to get you to crawling. It's not going to get you to walking. These little movement deviations are all what it takes. And that's where you come into the tummy time course and you're learning how to work with your child just with these simple midlines. It's not about going backwards or regressions. It's about building a better foundation. Now rolling over. When your child almost looks like their shoulders want to go down, right? There's midline issues. You should never be like this with your child. See how my rubber doll's arm goes backwards? Right then and there. Your child's arm's not coming forward. Rolling over is not going to happen. The head's not coming off the ground and you're going to face plant. That's not a rollover. So let's break it down with midline. So the first is here. When the shoulders actually go away from the midline of the chest. Right then and there, it's just physics. It's physically impossible to roll over. A rollover, what it should look like is, first of all, midline, the nose, nasal septum, eyes, chest, combined with the pubic bone. A true rolling over, sorry, the arm should go forward, should look like this. It's all synchronized. When you see a head going sideways, midline issue. When we see a head going backwards, midline issue. When we see where they're trying to kick over the waist, it's a midline issue. You're coming in now into the rolling over course. You're going to again be right here. You want to make sure the midline crosses first of all through the side of the chest. At the same time, it's nice and synchronized through the nose, through the pubic bone area. Right? And when they come over, they're already in up. The arm doesn't get stuck. Another midline issue. See? Oh, come here, get your arm out, get your arm out. And again, they're back to doing something like this. This midline complication. And that's where oh, my baby can roll over only to their back from their belly. Well, I know they're flopping over. You're just going to be here and you're rotating this back just lightly. And they roll over to their back. And guess what? They can stop. They can go to roll over, stop, and go back to their bellies. That, again, is a controlled rolling over. So then you're going into grabbing their feet. And so grabbing the feet should be first where it looks like a little basket. And everything is coming to midline, right? But it's a pump. And the pump starts happening. And then you'll actually see the right hand cross the left foot. But it should look like a pump. When you're seeing just the foot come up like this, oh, my baby grabs her feet. No, they grab a foot, right? It's a different type of development, and that's what you're looking at. Now you have independent sitting. Independent sitting should be looking nice tall neck. So from here, I can either go clappy, clappy, come to midline, or cross midline, right? If I have a little bit of a slouch, lack of pubic bone, right, I might come to midline. I can't cross midline because if I do, I'm going to fall over. right? And that's where you see that independent sitting should happen at 5.5 months, grabbing your feet at 4.5 months, rolling over at about 2.5 to 3 months. And then big midline. I can now look at something, come to midline and sit up. Your child, when they have midline issues since rolling over, now what they're doing is they're rolling over. I haven't crossed midline. I'm coming up to sitting. I haven't crossed midline. That's a different concept. That is not coming to sitting. That is sitting up through pushing, but that is not coming to sitting. See, when I come to sitting, I'm reaching, crossing midline, and again, look at all that, crossing midline. But what absolutely happens here is the visual midlines start to happen. When your child later on is not walking independently, I can guarantee you, just as subtle of going from looking at the phone and then looking far and looking close again. Just that little visual midline is missing from your child, and this is why they're walking delayed. Now from here, huge midline crossing. I'm here, I'm going to go over, guess what? I'm into all fours and back again. If you think your child who's inchworm crawling and doing all this and is somehow going to push up into all fours, and that's where you see the foot sticking out, the bear crawl, the army crawl, the inchworm, all those variations, because they were unable to have those efficient midline crossings of coming to sitting. And now again, this doesn't mean that there's cognitive issues. It means that there's structural issues. Midline is now becoming a structural issue. So again, if your child is pushing up like this, coming to sitting, and now they are scooting, no. If your baby is butt scooting, their midline is your number one priority going back to rolling over. You just can't keep skipping milestones hoping for a better one when you don't even have the foundation one. But it's about optimal development. So that's the hierarchy. And again, I don't have a midline issue, and this is where, again, with movement lesson, there's no pull to standing. Well, guess what? If I'm doing midline issues, even my baby doll, how are you going to get up when you're doing this? If I have nice midlines, I get to a point, and guess what? I can start climbing, and I get up, and my hands are free because I have midline crossing. I'm able to go and reach up. Look at that. I'm right into side sitting. These midline complications are fierce, and they will continue for a very long time, because if you can't initiate a midline just when it's supposed to be nice and easy, it just gets more difficult or more complex as we get older. That's what you need to work on.
To learn more about optimal development in midline crossings, join our Fast Start program that takes you through the developmental milestones from tummy time to standing.